The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TV1 News. I'm Maricela Kelaton. Police Commissioner David Manning is spearheading a new initiative to tackle escalating tribal clashes in Enga province by targeting instigators, increasing security presence, and collaborating with local experts. The police aim to address both the violence and its root causes. The approach combines forceful action with community engagement, departing from previous ineffective methods. Manning emphasizes the need to tackle manipulation by politicians and acknowledges the complex cultural dynamics involved. The ultimate goal is to restore peace while rewriting the rulebook on conflict resolution. The Universal Church of PNG Arawa Church held its first ever mega dance event in town on Sunday, August 20, as part of the worldwide Victory Youth Group. Lucy Travets, chairlady for the Arawa urban community. Government was special guest. She sponsored awards for the winner of the competition. The Victory Youth Group was established to encourage and motivate young people reach their full potential and make good choices.
With over 70 youths and adults present, the Victory Youth Group in Arawa were able to showcase the work it has done with young people worldwide. The Victory Youth Group was established to encourage and motivate young people to reach their full potential and make good choices for the future. Lucy Travers, a retired public servant, thanked the church for helping to address challenges faced by the youths in the post-conflict communities in Bougainville.
My conviction and my belief is that youth who most times are neglected and most times they are enslaved by substance abuse, or they are neglected even in their own homes. They don't find love because of certain circumstances, and even in the communities. This is something that you are doing to develop those type of youth that do not really have that type of privilege.
She said the challenges are not isolated to Bougainville only, but other parts of Papua New Guinea as well. Students of Tupuka School were the overall winners of the mega dance competition.
We didn't believe that we were gonna win, but we won. The TPS girls, we won that competition, and we're so happy that we won the trophy and the 300 kina.
BYG Arawa came second and received a 150 kina shopping voucher.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we didn't come first, but we came second. At least, we gave our best. All right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awards included a trophy sponsored by Mrs. Travers and another church member. Pastor Michael Lewis concluded the event with a youth testimony to encourage peers that it is possible for anyone to change. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
The 22nd Melanesian Spearhead Group Leaders Summit and related meetings is underway in Port Vila, Vanuatu. Prime Minister James Marape is expected to join the rest of the heads of MSG countries for the main session on Wednesday, August 23.
Papua New Guinea is expected to take lead at the 22nd Melanesian Spearhead Group Leaders Summit that brings together heads of MSG countries from August 23 and 24. Prime Minister James Marape joins other heads of MSG countries for the main discussions tomorrow. The PM said the summit is an important gathering for leaders to table country issues and is a common ground for fruitful dialogue and engagement.
PNG is right in the heart and soul of the leadership role in ensuring that conversations about Pacific, about Melanesia is in the right space. We all in one page on matters of sensitivity and matters of regional interdependency.
MSG leaders meet to discuss shared development issues and common challenges confronting MSG member states of Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, Fiji, and the Kanak Socialist National Liberation Front of New Caledonia, including Indonesia as an associate member.
As a big brother in the Pacific, we are expected to go and give our dues and also contribute where it matters most.
PM Marape says free trade exchanges, education opportunities, commerce engagements, and mobilizing of fishing resources in Melanesia and Pacific as a region will be on the agenda at the summit. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
With the escalating tribal disputes and loss of life being widespread in Enga province, the government of Papua New Guinea will tighten security presence in the province with special creation of a special police unit. Prime Minister James Marape traveled to Porgera this morning. He told media before his departure that he would be holding a meeting with stakeholders to address the matter. PM Marape has appealed to the conflicting tribes of Enga province, urging an immediate halt to the ongoing violence.
The Commission has been asked to mobilize a special police unit that will bring the best of police, and we also co-opt some defense force into that special police unit, not just for Enga operations, but I think for the country also, in respect to the restlessness in our country. We're labeling this restlessness as domestic terrorism, and so a special police unit is being mobilized to just have all full power to go into specific hotspots, not just general society, community in general, but the hotspots area. Those who do not respond to everyday police operations, those who do not respond to community peace mediation programs, then the special police that the Commission is setting up, that special police will be about 100 to 200 police will co-opt members of the defense into that police. They come under police operation and we just do police work.
The Aseki Health Center in Manyamya District, Morbe Province faces imminent closure due to the neglect of staff welfare and security risk. Staff at the health facility say while 2 million kina is allocated annually for the district, the health center has not seen any of that funding.
The Aseki Health Center in Manyama District, Morbe Province, faces imminent closure after decades of neglect by government authorities. Staff houses are in a rundown state. There is no proper running water and electricity, and security is a big issue. Ill-equipped police reservists are stationed at Aseki Station. These 5 reservists who cover the 14 wards of the Nanima Kariba Rural LLG and 16 wards of Kapao Rural LLG expect upfront payment before attending to cases, as they say they are not on government payroll. Officer in charge of the Aseki Health Center, Sister Mathilda Mabarai, says the safety of both the staff and patients is not guaranteed.
Kind noise. Miscellaneous kind talk more there. Yes, so. Okay, planting noise. Talk no disturbing more patients, throwing stones into the facility. When you run down noses, don't look money yet. You looking. It's really painful. So looking the level of broke at what are you plugging? Thank you. We really need lights. Now currently problem plugging this last solar, but we bought the safety belonging and power bank. So I used to keep the solar at my house. When there's emergency, we get the power bank in.
The health facility has outdated and rusty medical equipment and is in dire need of delivery beds for mothers, as they have only one worn-out bed in the cramped delivery room. Most times when the bed is occupied, other mothers give birth outside on the veranda or under the building.
Provincial health before, not PHA. PHA now we start asking whether they will give or not, I don't know. Equipment blomipla, I'm not got to. Now you have to do a delivery. And for myself, I used to get 2 coat claims and claim it from the mother, the baby, and me. Only the son of pulling, which is not right. I really need to use a fossa.
At times when there is no umbilical cord clamp, the health workers look for clean ropes or strings to tie the baby's umbilical cord and cut it. Community health worker Pauline Gaigami lamented that from the annual 10 million kina of District Services Improvement Program funds, 2 million kina was supposed to be for the health sector.
2 million and blomipla housing line. But instead of 2 million, mipla no looking at 2 million since Amas plan, leader go come.
Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
This is TVWAN News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Want to know to win a Scale Rice Matchy Pack? Scale Rice is giving away hundreds of really scale prizes for that Scale weekend. Prizes include over 200 Scale Rice Nambi set, over 190 Scale Rice Eskies, 44 JBL speakers with 2 wireless mics. To enter, buy any Scale Rice or Ori Rice product, write your name and contact details at the back of the receipt, drop in the entry box. There's 116 winners fortnightly, 16 promo locations and 4 fortnightly draws. Try us all.
More details in store or follow us on our social pages. Terms and conditions apply.
All Mama Flame is Lori Olsem.
Mr. Way using flame flower long one him. Yeah, Mr. Way make him kai belong family belong me. You go more yet.
Man belong me save like him flower balls belong me what them cover war na spring onion. All pikinini belong me save like him to mas pineapple donut Mr. Way walk him low house. They make kumu mix him on them cow na karamap him long flower.
Tasty hash browns.
Time is kelly one time olara pela kai. Mr. Way kissing more kai long all get a toya mi tromoy one time flame flower.
You enough making more one time flame flower.
Hiya, Mama. You wait them, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up a big smile on face. Time for give chicken a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
Open hands.
This is insane!
Live AFL, every week on ABC Australia.
Well, folks, after literally years of negotiation between the fan and the management of Steve Menzies, we have secured the great man for the show. Welcome to the fan.
This is all going through my head, and then all of a sudden he passes it back. Oh, my God.
Today we have enlisted the help of Panthers co-captain and superstar halfback.
When you've kicked it well, you usually know, and
especially on the chip cakes, so usually know.
Thanks to Nathan Cleary, invaluable insight for the fans out there, for the kids out there.
Welcome back. Empowering youth for a healthier and greener future was the focus for this year's International Youth Day 2023. In commemoration of the day, the public was invited by the Active City Development Program to a day of events on August 13 at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium and culminating at Ella Beach. The theme for this year's International Youth Day is Green Skills of Youths. The event featured an invigorating walk and a Yoga for Life session which set a vibrant tone for the day, notable speakers, cultural performances, and a Tai Chi practice led by esteemed Sifu Stephen Nandang, which contributed to the event's dynamic atmosphere. Partners and sponsors included UNFPA, UN Women, NSO Population Demographic Students of UPNG, NCDC, NASL PNG, Urban Youth, and ACDP communities. The event also coincided with World Wushu Kung Fu Day. A Tai Chi session and Kung Fu performance marked the day, promoting theme Wushu Rejoice in Reunion. A 2-week training course ended on a high note for 32 participants from Sumkat District community-based organizations, graduating with certificates. The intensive training on participatory journalism is an initiative of Makata, registered not-for-profit advocacy group established in April 2009. Makata was established in 2006 in Medan by Magun. Makata, short for Mas Kagin Tapani, runs the Sea Turtle Restoration and Protection Project.
32 people from mainland Sumkar district, Karkar and Bagbag Highlands have completed a certificate course on participatory journalism. The training was organized by community-based organization Mas Kagin Tapani or Makata. Founder Wenceslao Magan secured a grant from USAID program Lookout Team Ground program to run the training. The LGP program aims to protect Papua New Guinea's rich biodiversity, which is under increasing threat from industrial development, population growth, and other anthropogenic factors. The 32 participants represent various CSOs, CBOs, churches, and schools. They advocate for change and address environmental issues in Sumkar. The training was facilitated by Magan and former TV journalist Mata Lewis in Alexis Afan along Meding's North Coast Highway. The participants were taught basic journalism skills, including writing scripts, capturing videos and photos, and editing videos, to be able to improve communications and document their work. Each participant was given a smartphone by USAID to resource their campaigns. They created social media accounts and email addresses.
To know your CBO, CSO's vision, mission, values is just the same as your cultural values in the village and values of a CBO or CSO, which is your actual cement of the organization.
USAID representative Jayan Maila, livelihood or project coordinator, challenged them to provide reports so that their training can be assessed.
Plenty good reports from now onwards, come because most of the time reporting that come outside, you play it. So this is great or big privilege to you sit down where you play it, represent him, community play plan, and write him good story.
Participants expressed gratitude for the skills they learned.
Me come now, me looking, and me talk thank you. Me bago na, helping father ablo milo. When I'm sao mixi me agamta, tracy mob sa school ba me pla.
Makata's community facilitators and volunteers have been working to protect and restore the declining population of the critical endangered leatherback turtle since June 2006. Their goal is getting communities address the issues by developing action plans. Mr. Magan continues to ensure the program is sustained. Various funding activities and support grants are used to facilitate activities that includes marine environment educational awareness program, media campaigns, community development trainings, turtle training and land use planning for villages in Sumkar and Raikos. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
A judiciary review on the additional company tax of 190 million kina was given light during the first half of the 2023 investors presentation for the Bank South Pacific Financial Group Limited. BSP Group CFO Ronesh Dayal gave an update on the court case, stating that the case is in the Supreme Court and was challenged.
Yes, we have a case in the Supreme Court, so it was challenged in terms of our standing on the matter. So that we've gone past that, and the courts ruled in our favor that we have a standing on the matter. And now it's to the substantive hearing, for which a date is being sought by our lawyers. So, well.
The elephant in the room was addressed during the first half of the 2023 investors presentation of the Bank South Pacific Financial Limited on Monday. BSP was questioned over when the core banking system will be back to smooth sailing or a seamless experience. BSP Group CEO Mark Robinson apologized for the inconvenience the bank has caused to customers. He emphasized that the bank is taking customers' feedback seriously and promised that the bank will get out of the situation.
I can tell you now that most people are having a seamless experience with the bank, but that's not good enough, right? It's got to be 100%. People expect their bank to be operating seamlessly 100% of the time, and that's something that, you know, as Ranesh said, there's still some areas where we're a little bit slow, and those are being addressed, but it's going to take a little bit of time for that to happen. One, to apologize, because we take it very seriously. We did inconvenience a lot of people over the last several months. And then the other thing to do is say thank you. People have been extremely patient with us, and I personally have received notes with advice and insight and things. We take all of that customer feedback extremely seriously. So one thing I can absolutely commit to, we will come out of this, and we are coming out of this, a much stronger bank than we were before. Much, much stronger, much more focused on the customer.
The Department of Implementation and Rural Development holds significant mandate. Today, they launched a Bilum digital platform with the aim to improve service delivery and strengthen good governance, accountability, and transparency. The Department of Implementation and Rural Development Service Improvement Program Management Systems and District Information Management Systems will be strengthened through a whole-of-government data-driven decision-making, policy formulation and development planning, and resources allocation for impact development and service delivery for rural majority through the launch of the Bilum platform. The launch today sets the course for Phase 3 of the Bilum digital platform, project that will extend to all 22 provinces of the country and its 96 districts.
DL is anticipating that by way of launching this platform today, we are informing our members of parliament, key government agencies, stakeholders to understand the purpose of Bilum platform. Buy in, gather valuable feedback, increase awareness, strengthen coordination, identify possible risks, and mitigate for success of this project.
The IRD holds significant mandate overseeing the rural development policies and intervention programs, particularly the massive DSIP, PSIP of 1.2 billion kina and constitutional grants of 59 million kina, totaling 1.79 billion kina going down to subnational levels for rural development in the country.
There's a 1.79 billion kina going to subnational levels every year. That's a massive amount of money going to subnational levels. To the provincial government, to the district government, LLCs, there's a total of about 1.79 or about 1.8 billion kina going down to national, to subnational levels every year. That's a lot of money. And everywhere we go, people talk about lack of money, all of these sort of kind of excuses that we hear every time. It's not about lack of money. I think it's about lack of proper monitoring, lack of proper accountability, lack of proper implementation and monitoring, and keeping our records and data to see whether we're doing what is right or not. That's a problem that we have.
A critical challenge is the lack of a comprehensive program management system and reliable data analytics and capability to manage and measure the impact of the SIP delivered to subnational levels. In recognizing this, DIRD embarked on the Bilum platform, funded by the government of PNG and the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade.
So it is at these points of collaboration that is one of the many reasons why Australia is proud to support this project, which we've been, as I said, since 2019. What we've offered is a little bit of funding and technical support to demonstrate, expand and replicate the work that was already underway and to support the project to look at avenues around social accountability, coalitions for change and inclusive service delivery.
The Bilum platform will additionally accommodate other government programs reporting at the subnational level. Thus, DIRD is seeking the support of the National Executive Council and key government agencies for a comprehensive nationwide rollout. The winner of the 2023 PNG Fashion Week, Wandida Mini Korimbo, said fashion designers in PNG do not have an avenue to sell their product after showcasing them on the runway. This challenge is being addressed as new and upcoming designers plan to grow the fashion industry.
Fashion designer Wandida Hamini Korimbo participated in the recent 2023 PNG Fashion Week event. Korimbo, who is also the designer of Jacks of PNG, said showcasing their product on runways gives designers the exposure to their brand. However, accessibility to bigger markets is a challenge. Korimbo's passion for fashion has pushed her to reach out to Global Team, a fashion industry platform created for designers to market their designs after 2 weeks of runway shows.
And all the collections that go on the fashion shows, they always go into the shops a month later so that our followers or our clientele have accessibility to what we showcase. We don't just showcase on the night and that's it. We give an opportunity for them to buy our products as well. So
she said despite having the little exposure to market their products, the industry still needs support to boost market access.
What ideas you have to come to collaborate, you also have to understand what the customers want. Selling, if we're selling products, we need to understand what colors do the customers want. Everyone is fussy. They want someone purple, someone pink, someone blue. So, you can't cater to everyone's demands, but you can at least try your best to sell the product.
She said her children are her source of inspiration and push her to work harder.
Into fashion, I went into selling fish, having a market table, selling laptops, and doing events, doing passports and visas. Those are all the things that I had to go through to make money to support. I had children at a very later age. I'm very happy that I have a very supportive husband who's a medical doctor, Dr. Ray Korimbo. So there was a time when we couldn't afford to pay our children's school fees, and it was then that I had to come up with an idea to give them the best.
Wendy's effort and typically high standard of design and execution did not go unnoticed. The Central Designers Collection, inspired by her late father's love of Fijian shirts, was declared the best by judges at the fashion event. Her win is a testament of hard work and determination as she showcases the art and culture of PNG through her designs.
And these other Pacific Islanders, they've been on the platform for so many years. And for Papua New Guinea to just join and come in as a group, and for me to be recognized, it was like a great feeling altogether.
Korimbo encourages young designers to never give up. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2780 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2705, $0.419 Australian dollars, $0.2407 euro, and 38.19 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, coffee, copra, and copper closed higher. Cocoa, palm oil, and crude oil closed lower, And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed higher. You're watching TV1 News. We'll be back with more after the break. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy paid units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hey, want to win one of 4 Coaster buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager Red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Hunters jerseys and other awesome SP Lager merch. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and in New Guinea Islands.
SP Lager, Bungim Yumi!
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans. Expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend. PNG's own coffee.
Beauty is my business, but beauty sure is a tough game. Filters are great, but great skin, better. And that's why my skin deserves the best. So I choose self-care, soaps that gently nourish my skin, resulting in a radiant look, made with tropical ingredients. I trust self-care from City Pharmacy, so bring it on! My skin is ready and so am I.
Hey, can I get a Virginia?
A what?
Morning King, Heine.
The green one?
Get ready for a mouth-watering dive into the wild with Mike Robinson.
Look at that!
Good job.
Ow!
It's the ultimate catch and cook.
I have noticed that you have not gutted it.
I tend not to gut it.
There's so much flavour.
That's stunning, to be fair.
You know, we're enacting what our ancestors did. It's in our DNA to do this.
Fishing the Wild. Streaming now on Outdoor.
Welcome back. In regional news, the 22nd Melanesian Spearhead Group Leaders Summit in Port Vila is in its second week, highlighting discussions among delegates from Fiji, Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, FLNKS, and Indonesia. Centered on being relevant and influential, the summit focuses on shared challenges like climate change, regional security, and trade agreements. Leaders emphasize unity to combat climate effects, enhance regional stability, and foster economic recovery. Vice Minister Muguwa Dilu, representing Papua New Guinea, stresses core goals and equitable resource use. Outcome declarations on climate action and cooperation are anticipated, underlining the summit's commitment to sustainable development and shared prosperity. Life has mostly returned to normal since the pandemic for people who are immunocompromised. COVID-19 still poses challenges. A trial for a new treatment is being launched in Brisbane today.
This new COVID treatment is not only life-saving, it could be life-changing for many people because it is specifically for those people who are suffering from autoimmune issues. And this COVID treatment, it targets all forms of COVID, including some of those new subvariants that we are seeing. So this vaccine is being dubbed Supernova, and according to experts working on this, they say that it works almost immediately. It can provide protection for at least 6 months and beyond that as well. So it's long-lasting protection. And it is for those who potentially are fighting blood cancers, who have recently had a transplant, and who have weakened or with autoimmune conditions. So the first Australian trials are beginning here in Brisbane. And really what it could do is provide those people with those issues a new lease on life, because we all know that life has gone back to normal across all of Australia. But for those people suffering from those autoimmune conditions, they still very much have to be very careful with where they go and potentially wearing masks when they're outdoors as well. So this, for them, could be a real game changer. So they're inviting people with autoimmune conditions to come forward and be a part of this trial here in Brisbane.
Australia's population is expected to hit 40 million within 40 years, and with it a ballooning aged care economy, the picture painted by the federal government's latest forecast of the decades ahead.
Australia's future is looking grey.
Australia's population is ageing, and that presents many challenges for the Australian economy, but with those challenges come opportunities.
The government will this week release the latest intergenerational report, a regular look into the national crystal ball at what the country might look like 4 decades from now.
Our population will grow more slowly, our people will live longer and healthier lives, and our care economy will become an even more central focus in the decades ahead.
Australia's population is set to grow from roughly 26 million to more than 40 million by 2062. That's a slower pace than in decades past, with a lower fertility rate and migration contributing less to population growth. Australia will be older too, with twice as many people aged over 65 and 3 times as many people aged over 85.
We have 30 more years of living than we had expected back in 1909, and we didn't actually see longevity coming.
With those extra years comes extra cost, supporting a larger, older Australia.
I'm optimistic about the future, but we need to adapt and understand the big challenges which are underway in our economy and our society.
I do get a sense from the early reports of this intergenerational report that this is essentially a Trojan horse for higher taxes.
This isn't the first time governments have warned of the challenges of an ageing population, and it comes with the usual invitation to hold what are called difficult conversations. But when higher taxes come into play, the degree of difficulty really goes up, and so far Jim Chalmers has carefully avoided any endorsement of those.
The New South Wales Supreme Court held the 36-year-old was an architect of the scam and a major beneficiary who pocketed more than $6 million.
This was a conspiracy that ran for 3 years until 2017. Adam Cranston was one of 5 people who all faced a marathon trial in the New South Wales Supreme Court and were all found guilty of the same 2 offences. Between 2014 and 2017, a company called Plutus Payroll collected gross wages from employers before money that should have gone to the tax office was siphoned off through second-tier companies. The trial heard that the conspirators used that money on lavish purchases, including property, vehicles and even an aeroplane. Today, Justice Anthony Payne has found 36-year-old Adam Cranston was one of the architects of the scheme and was also one of the main beneficiaries. The judge rejected a suggestion from Cranston's lawyer that he thought Plutus was a profitable company. The judge said that suggestion was preposterous. He's also said Adam Cranston was intimately aware of the criminal purpose of this conspiracy. The judge said he helped devise it, discussed ongoing developments, he spoke with his co-conspirators about concealing the scam, and also later on planned the destruction of records and even discussed possible criminal defences. Adam Cranston's sister, Lauren Cranston, has previously been jailed for 8 years for her lesser role in the same conspiracy. The Cranstons are the children of former ATO Deputy Commissioner Michael Cranston, who was not accused of wrongdoing. Outside court today, the AFP has spoken and described this as a very complex 7-year investigation.
This was a really sensitive investigation due to the targets we were looking at. So we kept it very, very close for a while, and then the complexity, we actually had to expand, and we had, I think the main team at one point was probably about 50 detectives.
Adam Cranston won't be eligible for parole until 2033.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next with Tracy. Stay with us.
It's in the highs and in the lows. It's in the big things and the small things too. It's hard to put into words, but you'll know it when you see it. Terrain Tamer, when quality counts.
Without a doubt, you care for your loved ones. You want to keep them safe, whoever they may be with, wherever they may be, in the home or facing the world outside. Don't let anything stop you, not even bacteria. Protex helps protect your skin with natural extracts. Boosted with flaxseed oil, Protex helps eliminate 99.9% of bacteria for healthy skin. And with the power of natural goodness, you're ready to play every day. Protex, for the good health of your skin.
Hey, do you know that Cellmoney gives you twice the Digicel credits you recharge when you top up your phone with Cellmoney?
Yes, I have the good news. So now I put 3 kina in my phone. I receive 6 kina credit.
Well, that's why now I like to top up 5 kina because I receive 10 kina. And then I use my credits to call, send text, or get data.
Let's go to a Digicel store or Cellmoney agent today. Deposit money in your Cellmoney wallet to top up and receive the double credit.
Dial *888# to do it all with Cellmoney.
Cellmoney, do it all with Cellmoney.
ยินดีต้อนรับสู่ครัวของเรา มาคิมแอนด์เชฟเทคหนึ่ง
พวกเราเนี่ยชอบกินมากๆ แล้วเราเนี่ยยังชอบทำอาหารอีกด้วยค่ะ แต่ในความเป็นจริงพวกเราทำอาหารไม่เก่งเลยแพกโอ้ my god มันทำไมแต่ตอนนี้คือเรากำลังเริ่มต้นบทบาทใหม่ของชีวิต
พวกเรากำลังจะแต่งงานกันครับ และตอนนี้ก็เป็นช่วงเวลาที่เหมาะสมมากๆแล้วที่เราจะเรียนรู้การทำอาหาร เราเลยเชิญเชฟแนวหน้าของประเทศไทยมาสอนเราในด้านนี้โดยเฉพาะเลยครับเชฟเป็นเชฟที่เราสองคนชื่นชอบมากทำไมมาสายจังอ่ะ
นี่ไงเชฟจะสอนอะไรเราคะ
เราจะมาทำโอมาคาเซ่
ต้มยำกุ้ง
ฮอกไกโดสกอร์ลอพริกฮาราปิโน่
พาสต้าเส้นสดสมุนไพร
ซูกินี่ซอสข้าวซอย
แกงปูใบชะครามช็อกโกแลตฟอนดอน
วันนี้มีแขก
เป็นเพื่อนสนิทของเรามากกี้นะคะสวัสดีพี่ป๊อกค่ะ
จะมาเป็นเหยื่อของหมากกับคิมหรือเปล่า
ว้าวใช้ได้ค่ะใช้ได้
perfecto
smells so good
อร่อยมากคนทำกับข้าวเป็นแล้วจริงๆนะเปลือก
Mark, Kim, and Chef. A new episode every Friday, 7 p.m. on HBO.
Welcome back. The PNG RFL National Women's Zone Championships kicks off this Wednesday, 23rd August 2023 at the Santos National Football Stadium, Port Moresby. The 4 teams representing Southern, Northern Highlands and New Guinea Highlands Confederates are scheduled to play 7 matches each in a round-robin format. The top 2 teams will qualify for the grand final playoff on September 3rd as Catherine Razor to the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup Grand Final.
The National Women's Championships, being run in conjunction with this year's Digicel Action Mobile Cup finals, will showcase the cream of female rugby league talent from across the 4 regions. All the teams have arrived in Port Moresby and have done orientation, including presentation of team uniforms and merchandise. First game kicks off at 1:30 p.m, Northern versus Southern, followed by Highlands versus NGI at 3:20 p.m. PNG and RLC manager and tournament director Paul Joseph said this year's Women's Championships will use a new format run under Pacific All Sports Program to the Australian Government and High Performance Unit.
So the format is that the tournament will be played over 2 weeks, and we have the 4 confederates, Highlands, Northern, New Guinea Islands and Southern, participating in this tournament. So all the teams arrived on Sunday, with the Northern flying in yesterday morning.
Captain Run was conducted this morning, including high performance sessions.
And we had an orientation where, uniforms and the other gears were presented to the teams. And we've started the official training for them today with the captain's run. We also have our high performance team through Mark Porters, the general manager, and the team, Moses Giles and Joey Grammer, our academy manager, getting the teams to go through some new training schedules, new technical advice, ensuring that the girls are ready.
The teams will play 7 games over the course of 2 weeks, culminating in the 2 top teams to face off in the grand final on September 3, 2023.
And we had an orientation where, uniforms and the other gears were presented to the teams. And we've started the official training for them today with the captain's run. We also have our high performance team through Mark Porters, the general manager, and the team, Moses Giles and Joey Grammer, our academy manager, getting the teams to go through some new training schedules, new technical advice, ensuring that the girls are ready to play. So they play a total of 7 matches, so it will be a round-robin format where teams play each other once, and after the 3rd matches, the top 2 teams will then qualify to play off in the final, and they'll be playing Hesketh and Razor match to the Dam Cup grand final on the 3rd of September.
Joseph said day 2 of competition will be played as curtain raiser matches to the Digicel Action Mobile Cup preliminary between Lace-Next Tigers and Bintagor Gorokalhanis on Sunday. Watch it live on TVWAN Sports. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Host and one of the mainstays in Women's Rugby League, the Southern Confederate women's team won't be taking the 2023 National Women's Rugby League Championship slightly, with new challenges expected from the other 3 regions, Northern, Highlands and NGI. Southern and Northern Confederates are scheduled to kick off day 1 of the championships this Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. before Islands face off with NGI at 3:20 p.m.
Southern and Northern Confederates of the PNG RFL National Women's Rugby League Championships kicks off Wednesday afternoon at the Santos National Football Stadium. Coach of Southern Confederate women's team, Semi Rice Jackson, admitted that despite very short preparation time, the Southern girls have embraced the situation and are looking forward to hit the ground running when they face Northern. Jackson has 20 girls to work with. They were picked from the Moresby South Rugby League and Port Moresby Rugby League trials. He said, though it makes his job harder trying to get the structure and different combinations right, he's happy with the attitude and team spirit in camp right now.
I was given 20 women to as my team, so I'm working within the 20 and putting them together to bond together to play. Yes, women coming from different clubs and different leagues. It's quite hard, but it's the coach's job, so I'm doing it.
Jackson said with the inclusion of current and former Orchids in the squad, it will rub off on the young girls to step up as well.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Orchids girls, current and former, in that team right now, and probably half of the team is picked out from, thanks to Arnold Gende. We picked them out from the school girls and we are running them here. So I'm sure those young girls will learn from the big girls, and that's all we have to do. I just do the talking from outside.
Southern girls will be led by rising talent and captain Lency Lucky Kambane, who's got experience and some good knowledge of the game, being part of the NRL Mini-Mode Rugby League program as a development officer. Lency is confident that team is ready to give the sisters from Northern a good challenge tomorrow.
We have some good experienced players playing alongside us. We have players like Carol Humehu, Mata Molowia and Bechiba Hawe. They went down for the World Cup recently, and yeah, we have some good players there to boost the girls up, because we have new girls that are coming in to represent the Southern to play in the Southern Confederate.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Highlands Confederate Women's Rugby League team will kick off their 2023 National Women's Rugby League Championships campaign against New Guinea Highlands on Wednesday as well. The match is scheduled for 3:20 p.m. at the Santos National Football Stadium, preceded by the Southern and Northern clash at 1:30 p.m.
Some exciting women's rugby league talent will be on show in the coming days when the 2023 National Women's Rugby League Championships gets underway this week at the Santos National Football Stadium, featuring top players from the four confederates, Southern, Highlands, Northern and NGI, to challenge each other. The Highlands women's team, tipped to be one of the favourites for the championship challenge, have arrived in Port Moresby ready to make a big statement when they open their campaign against a relatively young and inexperienced NGI side at 3:20 p.m. this Wednesday. After the captain's round today, Highlands Confederate coach John Waninara said from their trial matches and selection process they have come up with a strong squad comprising of 20 players from Goroka, Mount Hagen, Kundiawa, Enga, Southern Highlands and Chiwaka. Waninara added the team comprises of both young and experienced and is confident of their chances at the championships.
All in all, the preparation of the team was good. The players are happy, looking forward to take part in the 2023 Women's Championship here at NFS.
Waninara said the team is fortunate to have the services of a number of Orchids, including skipper Talita Kunjip.
We've got some depth in the team. We have some old former PNG Orchids, some current Orchids in my captain, Talita Kunzil, and we have some former Orchids in Delilah Ahose, also some upcoming young girls that are stepping up to be future Orchids as well. So all in all, the team is good.
Kunjip said though they had a short preparation time, the girls are ready to play.
It took us 2 to 3 weeks to get ourselves into this the tournament, but yeah, I believe in my girls that we'll give a good game today. I mean, tomorrow we'll play, if we play tomorrow, with the NJs.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The PNG RFL National Women's Rugby League Championships is all set for kick-off this Wednesday, 23rd August 2023 at the Santos National Football Stadium. There is plenty of hype and excitement building up around seeing women's rugby league in the country go to the next level. Digicel PNG is again reaffirmed its continued support in promoting gender equality and giving more opportunities for young girls to play at the next stage of rugby league.
With the backing of Pacific Oil Sports through the High Performance Unit, the supporting sponsors and partners, this year's National Women's Championships is being used as a springboard for the women's game to be played at an elite level like never before. Key partner and long-time stalwart rugby league supporter and major sponsor, Digicel PNG, is again proud to be part of this exciting journey. Speaking on the eve of the National Women's Rugby League Championships, Digicel PNG Vice President Lorna McPherson has again reaffirmed the company's unwavering support and expressed great excitement and confidence in the way the game is progressing and how it's been managed.
So we're really excited over the next 2 weeks to have 160 females here, and from there we will then be able to look at how and what we'll play in the PM's 13s as we move forward, which is really the national team, which is the Orchids, of course. So as a company and a sponsor, you know, Digicel's really proud to be part of this. It really brings that grassroots rugby home, not just for men but for women. So watch this space over the next 2 weeks. We should see some really exciting games in the province.
McPherson acknowledged all stakeholders in the game for their trust and confidence in supporting the brand. From a personal perspective, McPherson said she's always passionate and excited about rugby league, especially the turnout at the Digicel Action Mobile Cup finals over the past 2 weeks.
It's not just about being a sponsor, it's also been part of that sort of sport that excites me as an individual. I'm passionate about the game, I'm passionate about Papua New Guinea, and when you look at what we did and we've achieved over 14 years, you know, you come to the game, the weekend was just an example of what was exciting when the double header was on. You know, the excitement in the crowd was amazing, the behaviour of the crowd was superb, and thank you to all the fans out there. You made us all proud. This is what rugby league is. It's about a game where you bring women, you bring kids, you bring men, and we all come together because we love our teams, and that's what it's about. Sport brings the country together, sport brings the people together.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the news this evening. Here's a look at the weather for the next 24 hours. There is a strong wind warning for all coastal waters. Strong southeast winds of 25 to 30 knots are expected to continue for the next 24 hours, causing rough seas. All small crafts and boats are advised to take necessary precautions before going out to the sea. I'm Tracy Pa.
And I'm Marisela Calaton. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.